This is recording 679. Okay, so I have several recordings that I need to make this weekend. Jean Jernigan Roberts and her Manson occult have been busy white peopling as usual. And know that I'm going to make a bunch of recordings, but Jean Jernigan Roberts is only interested in this one because she has a lot of ass kissing and lying to do. And she wants to steal it and cover her ass and get away with it. Which she won't, because this is a public broadcast. Every recording I make is online. So I don't know who she thinks she's fooling. So anyway, okay, so I told you I turned this into Tulsa Police Headquarters, or I still have it. The Cheshire, Connecticut break-in murders. Okay, so let me back up real quick. Okay, so you know my cousin Todd. I told you in previous recordings, my cousin Todd is a lawyer in Connecticut. And he worked on this case. And this case made it into an HBO documentary special. He was on HBO. And also he was on Martha Stewart's case when Martha Stewart was held liable for frauding the stock market. Okay, which none of that's true either, which I'm going to get to all of this. So anyway, and then you also know that Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart are really good friends, right? Okay, so, and I also know Snoop Dogg, and anytime I say Snoop Dogg, I'm talking about the artist Snoop Dogg. Jean Jernigan Roberts shows up and is annoying as hell. I swear to God. So anyway, and she pretends to be him. He told her many times, do not impersonate me, do not say you are me. But yet, Jean Jernigan Roberts, Navy Gal 27, thinks it's her right for 60 years to stalk whoever she wants and to do whatever she wants to whoever she wants. And the world can just deal with it, is what her feelings are. So anyway, all of this is connected. So I'm going to explain all of that to you. So this is more on the Cheshire break-in, okay? And you're going to know for a fact Jean Jernigan Roberts did it just by me going through this with you, okay? So the two guys went to jail. Where is Jean? Still out committing crime today. Here in Tulsa, people just, not everybody, most people are wise to her now. But there still are people out there that just worship the hell out of the stolen valor bitch. I mean, the bitch just gets away with anything. So anyway, okay, so Cheshire break-in. So first thing, obviously, to point out is the Cheshire cat from Alice in Wonderland. And then what is the Cheshire cat doing? It's smiling. You know how she loves to point my eyes to little smiley faces, and Jean loves to pretend to be the cartel. And she claims it's the cartel and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay, so it was the Petite family, P-E-T-I-T. Okay, so in that is Petite Fours, which are little tiny snack cakes, such as in Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so also her using the number 4, so you can tell instantly her committing these crimes. She's trying to frame who? Once again, she's trying to frame the United States Marine Corps. It's like that in every single crime. I decode it over and over and over again. She's always trying to frame someone. Okay, so it also goes to La Petite Academy. Okay, so when I was little, okay, I went to a daycare, and this is all I remember. Remember when I told you when I worked at Ochsner in New Orleans, how she was shoving memories into my brain of me being very little in a daycare. And she was talking to someone, showing off like she was going to get the heck away with all of it. I mean, she has literally stalked me and abused me and controlled me. She has iced me and my family my entire life. So anyway, my earliest memory of this daycare, I've already kind of went through a lot of that with you, but one of my distinct memories is the red, yellow, and blue on the outside of the daycare. So when I hit like 16, 17 years old, I was driving past somewhere and I saw a daycare, and she jabbed in my brain a memory flashback of me when I was little in daycare. And then she said to me in my brain, but I didn't realize, like I told you, I didn't realize it was her saying that to me in my brain. But I look back and it's literally her. It's the same damn bitch. Jean Jernigan Roberts and her Charles Manson occult. But she goes, that's the daycare you went to when you were little. I don't know the actual name of the daycare I went to when I was little. But anyway, she tried to shove in a sense of like familiarity. And she does this all with chemistry. It's all the brain science crap. And so I'm like sitting there looking at the La Petite Academy, also the logo, the English guy. So she's trying to shove in. So I don't know if the feeling of familiarity is real or if it's artificial that she's shoving into me. I still don't know what daycare I went to. But anyway, she like made me feel like I went to La Petite Academy. So that's connected to this crime, which means she's been stalking this family also. So anyway, and then also Academy, also the Learning Academy, what she changed the new name to from Skunk Works. She changed it to the Learning Academy or the Learning Institute or some stupid shit like that. You guys, I gave you guys hell for that already. Anyway, being ran by someone with a fucking mothering fetish. Hopefully you guys get smart and arrest all the fucking bitches ordering you to commit crime on people. Blah, 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 blah. She's controlling my speech. She likes to her and Ackright like to get in my speech and do rambling on. Anyway, so they just want to be stars. Okay, so anyway, this was July 23rd, 2007, so you have the 279. Then you can see how she used the July, and then you see the 23. Okay, and then one of the person's names is Stephen Hayes. You know her obsession with Stevens goes all the way back to the Book of Paul. She collects them, little jars of Stevens that she's stalked and assaulted and sold over the years, past 60 years. Okay, so then the guy's initials is SH, so it signs of the future silent war, present day to the end. Then it also connects to Hayes House. Okay, so Hayes House, notice, and also CL code Hayes. So notice the HH initials, Hayes House. So Hayes House and Helaman House, and she's using Hayes House, and she's using Helaman House, and she's confusing it in your brain. Hayes is a nursing home, and I think that's in Nowata, but I don't know, I don't remember. And then Helaman House is what she's confusing with your brain. So Helaman House and DMR and Homestead were all part of Prehab, okay, which is now called A New Leaf. So that goes back to the early 70s. Okay. So as I go back decoding my life, I can see in the time frame of the 70s when she's planning to do the World Trade Center attack, she's talking about DMR, Dorothy Mitchell residence. Okay. And she's got stuff in there. It's like before the artists became artists, unless they were already artists and just not well known yet, because it hadn't hit the 80s yet. But she was also talking about, she had ciphers written around Tommy Two-Tone, 8675309. She had ciphers written around Falco's Der Kommissar. And then she also had ciphers written around the Knack, My Sharona, and I decoded all of it, okay? So anyway, remember when I told you in the previous recordings, it was showing that not only was she stalking me, but she was also stalking the Oshner family, who she routed to in the 70s from Louisiana into Arizona, okay? So she's talking about these, and then she's planning for me in the future to go to one of these things. So she's very obsessed with, as you can imagine, she's obsessed with the brain, and she's obsessed with group living and group organizations. I mean, she's a leader of an occult. She wants to put her little ice rapey hands on people and abuse people. And if it's people that are in a group home, such as in a nursing home, such as in an insane asylum, such as like even where I am, Oxford, just if you're in a position where you're trying to get your mind and body straight, also spas or rehabs, retreats. Oh God, she attacks retreats. Any place you're trying to get your mind and body and spirit straight, she likes to attack, and that's because you're malleable. Your heart is open. You're trying to get your everything together, and that you're perfect fodder for her to get in there and just mess with you with AI, and you have no idea that AI even exists, let alone that some goddamn devil worshiper ripped it off in the 60s and 70s has been using it on people for 60 years. It's like too unbelievable to conceive, which is what she's hoping for. If she ever gets told on, she goes, I don't know what Christina's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. Which is really what she's been doing for 60 years, getting her way. So anyway, so when there's Der Kommissar is in, she's referring to Der Kommissar in the murders, and then Joshua, and then Andrew, his name is Andrew. Okay, so you're going to have to see all code Hurricane Andrew. And then also someone else was telling me how I was talking about the burning the letters the little guy had a crush on that was in Helaman House or DMR. I don't remember where he was. But anyway, that goes to this too, because the guy set the person's bed on fire. So see all code on Hurricane Andrew, all of it. Gene did Hurricane Andrew. Okay, so his name is Joshua, and here you go with another biblical name. And then Joshua and the whale. So what is a whale? A very rich person. Okay, so, and his last name is Komisar, Jevsky. So there's the Der Kommissar right there. And then you can see on the back end of his name, she's also got my second husband's ex-wife's initials in there, KJ. Okay, and then she's got my next husband, his little screen name Jervis. She's got his name in there. And then she's got Kaminsky's name in there from the movie Grease. And then she's got Ted Kaczynski in there. She's also got Susan B. Komen in there. And as you guys know, Susan B. Komen is the person that's a racket. You see, she's punny with it. So it's her Manson signature, Susan Atkins, Susan B. Komen. So, and I believe that Susan B. Komen is Susan Atkins. I believe that's her breast cancer company. But anyway, and then also Susan B. Komen, and then Omen. And then you have J.A.K., so she's using her Jekyll and Hyde and Jack the Ripper. And then it also goes back 70s AIW to be on the front porch playing jacks. See, all coded that. I decoded all her terror ciphers out with that. Remember I told you all about the jacks and the pickup sticks and the kaleidoscope and all that. And So you guys have all of that on her, all of her past, present, and future terror plots. So I'm like, I know she has combined Ted Kaczynski, that's the guy that she did the Oklahoma City bombing with, Terry Nichols, and Timothy McVeigh, who went to jail. We're not the only ones that did it. It was also Gene Roberts and Ted Kaczynski. Okay, and you guys know that. So she likes to pretend that that's not one of her little friends, but everybody knows that's one of her little freaking broom closet buddies. Okay, so she's throwing his name around here. So you have, if you mix or do the reduction with Kaczynski and Komisarjevsky, okay, then you have what's left is OMSRJEVY. So this is what I get out of that. This is what I decode out of that. So Z and I, then you have Mansoor, then you have Montessori, then you have Missouri, then you have Levy, then you have Levi's, then Simon Says, then Mike Strain, who is the former sheriff, I believe, of St. Tammany Sheriff's Department. Then you have tomorrow, again, you're going to have to see all related ciphers that go to all of this. Okay, so then you have tomorrow, then you have Juvie, then you have Jury. Then she has in there Monte Viejo. Then the Z and I, she's saying Zuni. Then Mormon is in it. Then she's got my sister's name in it, Jennifer Lee. She's got my elementary school in it, Hartford Elementary. Then notice what was used as a baseball bat. Okay, Jean runs a baseball trafficking Ponzi. Like I told you, she has been running since even before I was born. In my entire life, I've been trafficked in it by her. And so is my family. So anyway, note the baseball bat, and then the rope. Note the rope, also Charles Manson. Then she's also making a reference to Farrah Fawcett, the burning bed. And then Farrah Fawcett, you know, played in Charlie's Angels. And then she's even got my brother Jeremy in it. And then this connects even more. So then you have Martha Stewart, okay? So what she did with Martha Stewart's name is, you know, the product Smart Water, remember I told you? She's using the actress name who was in Designing Women, the actress name Jean Smart. She's using that for Smart Water, and she keeps claiming that she's Jean Smart, and she actually tricked the actress Jean Smart into feeling sorry for her and taking up for her. But the actual actress Jean Smart now is wise to Gene Jerning and Roberts Kahn. But anyway, so rearrange it again. Jean apostrophe S Mart. Jean's Mart. Okay, so she's bragging about trafficking. She's also bragging about getting away with doing the World Trade Center attack. She's bragging about using poison and AI. She claims it's like, because she thinks she's the freaking Queen of Hearts. Like she's dumping sprinkle. And then that just like she uses artificial intelligence on you and then runs around telling like she uses artificial intelligence. She acts like she's some fortune teller of my brain, but what she does is she stabs her crud into my brain, and then she pulls her crud that she stabbed in back out, and then she goes, delivers it, and goes, see, I'm so smart, I'm so good, I'm so good. She even makes people say that for her. Jean's so good, she's so good. Jean's just full of fucking shit. She's a fucking trafficking terrorist, she's arrested. Anyway, so then March, and then Martis is Monday, no, and then Andrew Stewart, and then also Andrew Stewart is Martha Stewart's husband, so note the Andrew. So they picked up on this, and when I was decoding this, they were going, we've already figured this out. We're like, oh my God, wait till you see this. Her husband's name is Andrew Stewart. So she's stalking not only Martha Stewart, but Martha Stewart's husband. And then it was over the sale of M Clone Systems stock. Okay, so you already know M Clone, and you know she loves her little doppelganger. I don't even go down her freaking breeding and cloning and all that. Oh my God, I can't even believe this. Okay, no, don't. Okay, in 2001. So in the M Clone, so then you have Cyclone, then you have Andrew, then you have Katrina. Then note it was a cancer drug. And then also in that is Merck Company, MERCK, then Limerick, then URKEL. There's another Urkel. I mean, there's another Steve. Mermaid, she thinks she's a mermaid, CL code. And then America Cook is in it, which Martha Stewart was a famous chef on TV. Then she's using Cheryl, as in Sharon Tate. She's using Charles Manson. She's also using Mary Min. And then she's also using Bismarck, okay, which is a filled donut. I knew that was a donut, but I'm like, I think it's a filled donut with filling in it. And even when I was like decoding this, she was on in my brain going, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I'm sitting here decoding the crime that you committed and you're congratulating yourself. Oh my God, there's no hope for the U.S. It's overruled by a fucking... Oh my God. Anyway, so... She also was making a reference to Biz Markie. Okay, she knows all of Biz Markie because she likes to blame rappers. Everything is rappers' fault too. No, it's Jean Jernigan Roberts and her Manson occult. Go through all the recordings. Okay, so she's making a reference here to that being tastes great, less filling. And then she's using 2 Live Crew. And then when I was in Slidell, that also goes to Bavarian. When I was in Slidell, she got donuts and she's like, I love Bavarian cream. And I was like, I can't stand Bavarian cream. And she's like, I was like, oh my God, you are a fucking freak. Not like, no, like, I'm sorry, I'm being controlled by Gene Roberts people. The little zzz is on where they think they're going to get away with like clipping and stitching what they want. And they just walk away and they get away with everything and they blame everything on everybody else. Okay, so Miller Lite is in it. So this is what she's doing there. So tastes great, less filling. That goes to Miller Lite. So CL code Miller Lite. So I decoded this whole page on Miller Lite MK Ultra. She was trying to frame her ex-husband Michael. Somebody just told me last week that her ex-husband Michael, the Marine, his name really isn't Michael. And I'm like, I don't care. Everybody knows him as Michael. I really, really don't care. So anyway, I decoded all this out where she was trying to frame even her ex-husband for all these crimes. Okay, so that's what she's doing here. She's trying to frame her ex-husband, Michael. And then also that all the MK Ultra, that also goes to Paula Deen and Jimmy Dean. Then Jimmy is also breaking in, which goes back to the murders again. And then she's using MS-13, see all code MS-13. So she's trying to blame the cartel. It's not the cartel. This is Gene Roberts. You can tell by all the goddamn syrup. Okay, so the MS-13, so that goes to, and she told me this, and then I've never said anything about it because I'm like, well, it's not what it stands for. It's what she controlled the forming of gang names by using AI on gangs, and everybody knows it. How they form the name is not what she puts in your brain, even though that's what it is to her. And then she thinks she'll go racket them on the low end and get them to go along with her. And then she gets away with all of it, is what she's running like little rackets to hide that she's been ice raping Latin America for 60 years. So anyway, so that goes to multiple sclerosis. Okay. So when I was little in grade school, I used to like get in trouble for not standing up straight. And then one of my teachers or somebody said something that I was going to be crippled in the future or something like that. I don't even remember now, but that all goes to that. Then skull roses, and then she's using this all in sclerosis, cirrhosis of liver, and then she's using the blue book, and then also that goes to Skelly Drive. Then that goes to Blue Swing and the blue book. So the blue swing is actually like the AA, and then the miniature blue swing is also the blue book. Then in that also is Mulder and Scully and X-Files, then Doldrum, then Dandelion, then Wolf's Bane, then Leo, and then there you've got who was in Wolf of Wall Street, Leonardo DiCaprio. And then again, see all of this, you have to see all the related ciphers. Every word I tell you, there's ciphers behind it. So then Airwolf, then The Hobbit, then HBO, then The Sun Deck, then J.R. Tolkien. So that's supposed to be, I was obsessed with The Hobbit when I was in first grade. So J.R. Tolkien, so if you look at J.R. Tolkien, that's money and that's weed. So that's a mixture of Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. And then she's also making a reference to Mike Spiller. So this is obviously a cipher she's still building on over time. Well, I mean, she's had to have committed these crimes as she did. Whoever's talking through me right now, the person that just spoke through me just now, who was committing these crimes. Okay, that's how you know they helped her commit those crimes. Then Mike Spiller, and then the BP oil spill. So that's that for this recording. So this is all the recording uncensored. You can go online and you can get this recording, or you can wait to get it from Navy Gal 27, who will lie to you and clip and stitch it and tell you how white and fabulous she is and how it's everybody else's fault and she's innocent, and just give her everything or else.